But yeah, so that's kind of how the fight works. You need to do a jump spin attack combo. So yeah, GG Taka, that was a really good run. Oh, apparently Specs' PC crashed, so it'll be a little bit for him to before he comes back on. But yeah, that was Twilight Princess 100%. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, that was a really good run. That beat my PB, and apparently Taka had like a very bad luck with the bottle. So like that's a really good run. Well, if the cutscene gets far enough before Specs comes on, then yeah, you will see Midda first. Yeah, no problem, Taka. Thanks for the run, Taka, and yeah, thanks for having me on commentary. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, we got to get ready for the Iron Boot sound when he's running. Well, thank you, Jason. Yeah, so like if you're interested in learning Twilight Princess, we have a wonderful Discord with lots of great people who can help you out if you have trouble learning something, or if you just want to find out more about the game. We have a ton of people in there who are just like crazy about this game and know everything about it. So so yeah. Oh wow, yeah, that's a 4.5 minute time loss on the bottle split. Yeah, that was some pretty bad luck. So it looks like they're having a bit of technical difficulties with getting Specs' stream back up. Yes, Specs is doing a 100% speedrun of Breath of the Wild. It's already a little over half done. That was done last night. And he's just getting ready to do the second half of it. Yeah, he's about 13 and a little bit hours in. I definitely recommend watching a Breath of the Wild speedrun, especially 100%. Like, there's just so much skill that goes into a Breath of the Wild 100% run. And yeah, Breath of the Wild 100% does mean all of the Korok seeds, all of the everything. So, also welcome, Taka.
Hello. Chilling out for a sec before it switches over.
Good job on the run.
Thanks. That was an interesting run.
You taught me a bunch of strats that I'm not doing, so I should be able to PB again soon.
Yeah, same. I'm tilted because of that stupid fishing bottle that I've never seen that bad of RNG before, but...
Yeah, I missed that, so I didn't see what happened, but I saw you lost like 4.5, 5 minutes to it, so... Yeah, I've never seen that bad of luck either.
Might as well keep doing runs now after practicing for this, so...
Yes, this is the first 3D Zelda 100% relay that's ever been done, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't commentate during the run because I'm really bad at playing and explaining tricks at the same time.
There have been 3D Zelda relays before, where you just go, but that was just with the any percent category, as far as I'm aware.
Look, there's a lot of downtime in Twilight Princess that you can stuff or look up stuff.
Random fun fact about the credits. This part of the credits, the part right before this, was in Faron Woods, and in the any percent speedrun, you don't clear Faron Twilight, and so in the credits, the map is still in Twilight, and so like the kids are just riding through in Twilight. It's great, and like you can even hear the Twilight music in the background.
Just one bit word. Go ahead.
This part is so sad.
Oh, I forget. We base.
Also, Taka, I like your choice of file name.
You
Yeah, I had to run.
get.
Yeah, so the task timing would be all the way to that last text box in this scene. But that's just for task timing. The RTA doesn't really bother with that. Because task timing is based on the input file length, not on when you actually beat the game. Vanilla credits warp, nice. Technically, you're warping from the final boss to the cutscene. The final to the credits. Technically. Specs is having a bit of technical difficulties with his capture card, so he's just trying to get that fixed really quick. Well, Twilight Princess uses the same engine as Wind Waker, albeit heavily modified. But yes, I believe that it started out as a sequel. Although I'm glad that they didn't keep it as that.
Apologies to everyone. We are, as Hornless has been saying, we are trying to get everything back up. Admittedly, it's interesting watching some of these runs, given that I haven't played some of these games. So it's just kind of crazy to me that some of these things how some of these things were even found.
Yeah, well, especially in like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask with the arbitrary code execution stuff that was found recently.
The black magic wizardry.
Yeah, all that stuff. But yeah, even in like Twilight Princess, with all of the, especially like the stuff early in the early game with like manipulating flag values to be able to skip like half of Forest Temple and all of that, like it's crazy it's crazy that was even found.
seems like what's next for Twilight Princess? What would be the big skip? It seemed everything, all the others Zeldas had something huge in 2019, and it seems like you're just on the cusp for Twilight Princess.
Oh, well, hopefully. A few things that come to mind. This one's a little bit more minor, but if we found a way to get to Snow Peak, get up Snow Peak Mountain as early as possible, like the first time we can go to Lanayru Twilight, then that would save a fair amount of time. But we have like a bunch of ways to get it in a slightly later state of that map, but not in the state that we need for it to save a lot of time. But all of that would be completely it wouldn't matter if we could find a way to skip the ball and chain in total, which I mentioned this in the run. The only required use of the ball and chain in the any % speedrun is during the Zant fight. And so if you could somehow find a way to bypass that, then that would skip having to go to Snow Peak Ruins at all in the any % speedrun, which would save like 10 plus minutes. And then, of course, there's also, it's practically a meme at this point, but like barrier skip kind of thing. There is a barrier that blocks off Hyrule Castle, and if there was a way to skip that, that would cut out depending on what you need to do the trick, it would cut out half an hour, like it would cut out a lot of time. So those are like the three big things that could potentially be found right now. Yeah, as of right now, we don't really have... None of them really, we don't have ideas for... Well, I mean, we've had ideas for the earliest Snow Peak. But yeah, all of them have just barely come up short. And there even are some theories to skip the barrier to Hyrule Castle, but some of them just barely don't work. Actually, we talked about this in the run as well. There is a glitch called rupee sliding, where basically your animation while you're holding a rupee is broken a little bit, and you actually are moving during that animation a very, very small amount. But if you leave your game on for long enough, it can move you through walls, and it actually can, it's been tested, it can move you through the barrier to Hyrule Castle, but there's nothing in that room with the barrier that can actually let you get through it, so unfortunately we can't use that. Also, that would probably be pretty slow. But then there's also, in Lanayru Twilight, I believe it is, the doors to the path are blocked, or no, it's right after that. Right after Lanayru Twilight is cleared, the path up there is just blocked by a door and 2 guards, and if you could get past them, you could get into Hyrule Castle, but there's just unfortunately no way to do that. You can get out of bounds by doing map glitch and then just kind of running around, and then you can get out of bounds a little bit, but you unfortunately can't get past the door still, so...
Well,
also... Oh, sorry,
no, go ahead. Go ahead, sorry, you're fine.
Right here, so just... Taka's doing probably one of the newest tricks that was found in this game. It was found alongside the memory manipulation stuff that was found in the Wind Waker. Basically, what Taka's doing right here is getting onto Epona, and I'm actually not quite sure how this method works, but basically, by getting onto Epona and pulling out the fishing rod while doing it, he's duplicating the fishing rod. And he just keeps duplicating it over and over and over again, and eventually what happens is it just fragments the memory enough so that certain parts of the game won't load. And so basically what Taka's going to do after doing this enough is it basically fragments or unloads a loading zone, and so he can just ride Epona out and bypass the loading zone without having done map glitch. And yeah, I mean, he has to duplicate a lot of fishing rods for this to work, and the more fishing rods you duplicate, the laggier the game gets, so... It will unfortunately, unfortunately, because of how long it takes to fragment the memory enough to do anything with it, it doesn't end up saving time in any locations, really. But there is one category that this trick is used in, and it is Forest Temple RTA. So just beating Forest Temple as fast as possible from a fresh file. So yeah, as you can see right now, like the frame rate has dropped quite a bit for the game.
Wait, did we start playing Ocarina of Time? What's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, people were complaining that Twilight Princess was like an Ocarina of Time clone. Well, I mean, now they've even cloned the frame rate of Ocarina of Time, so...
Oh, dear God.
There's another fun side effect of duplicating fishing rods, where if you actually try catching a fish while doing it, you can sort of permanently stick a fish to one of your fishing rods, and then if you try doing a jump attack or a jump strike while catching a fish, you'll like float in midair. It's a really cool trick.
All right, so Specs is back up and ready. Guys, I want to thank you very much for the helping us to fill a little time here. In addition, Taka, a great run. Just I admittedly did not catch a whole lot of it, but I'm looking forward to watching back the video later. So
it was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Thanks for having me.
Gonna bring Specs in now. Thank you both very much. Specs, you're in.